Okay. We should be get started here in the next couple minutes, and we have some guests I see here. Please take advantage of this call and help yourself to really improve your financial situation. I'm just so blessed and so thankful that, someone convinced me otherwise that this is something worth looking at for, and I couldn't be any more happier. We couldn't be any more happier. All right. Right. Who is on? Who's okay? Who's on the call? Please state your name and where you're calling from, please, and who invited you.
Patty from Baseball.
Hey, Patty, how are you doing? All right. Who else do we have on the call with us? Okay. All right. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, thank you so much for your patience. My name is Sean Tillery. A little bit about me. Matter of fact, let me put this on lecture mode. And where is Selena? Where is she at? There she is. Oops. Muted the wrong person. Hold on a second. All right, Selena, are you there? Selena? Okay, maybe she's on mute. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so a little bit about my background. My name is Sean Tillery. I've been involved in this industry for about 30 years, going on 31 years. And I've been involved with a lot of stuff. Not too much, but enough to know what's good and what's not. And I can tell you this program, Atlanta Global Asset Management, is one of the best I've ever seen in terms of everything they're doing to help, everyone around the world. Not just us, but around the world. So I ran my own company for about 13 years. I actually designed my own software. My whole entire premise for existing was about educating people about the differences between cash, money, and cryptocurrency. So I've been involved in the cryptocurrency space since 2013, and I can remember when the price of Bitcoin was as low as $198 per coin. So I've seen it. I'm excited about it, and I can tell you now, this is another thing too. I was looking for something like this back then, because I quickly understood that most people have limited amounts of funds, meaning that if they had enough resources to continue to purchase cryptocurrency or silver and gold on a weekly or monthly basis without having to touch their own, their own income from their jobs, or maybe from a retirement account, or maybe a savings, or some type of, maybe a lawsuit or something like that, it would be fine if we had something like that. We didn't have this, last year. We didn't have this 3 years ago, but I wish I had it when I had my company, because it totally would be a different ball game today. But I'm here to say this: this is a win answer for everything that you want to do from a financial standpoint, meaning that you found the fountain of wealth. This fountain of wealth is going to allow you to purchase digital cryptocurrency, silver, gold, real estate, do your business, travel around the world, all the things that you've been looking for. This has been done here with Atlanta Global Asset Management. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get started here. And you're probably wondering, why do I call this presentation the Millionaire Team Presentation? The reason why I call it a Millionaire Team Presentation, because everybody on this conference call tonight, if you do the things that's asked of you within 12 to 18 months, you should be a seven-figure income earner. You should be a seven-figure income earner. Now, what I'm going to do kind of differently tonight that I haven't done before in the past is I'm going to show you some things and tell you some real-life stories about what happened to me. So you guys understand, I'm nobody special. I'm going to tell you my whole entire story, and you'll be like, wow, that sounds like me. So I'm not doing this out of hype. I'm telling you this from my own personal experience. So let's go ahead and get started. And I want you guys to know that this program, the first part of the program, we'll be talking about the investment side. Okay, I want to stress this because some people may bring a person on the call who is only interested in the investment side. I'm here to tell you that it's okay if all you want to do is invest your money, because it is that type of program. Okay. Secondly, there is another alternative or option for people who may choose to want to have a career with Atlantic Global Asset Management or QuestionWorld. Okay, so there's two parts here. Okay, both of them are optional, or the investment side is optional as relates to want to recommend others. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. So let me get this in the move. Okay, let's go back here. So Questra Holdings is actually the holding company for Atlantic Global Asset Management, which is the investment side of the house. It also hosts QuestionWorld, which is the marketing arm of Questra. Okay. This building here you're looking at is actually Atlantic Global Asset Management. It's the office in Cabo Verde, off of the South Africa coastline. It's the islands of Cabo Verde, off the continent of South Africa. Sorry, and this is what it looks like. Okay. Here is the corporate headquarters. So for those people that may think this sounds too good to be true, it's not. They actually have their address. If you're interested in trying to look at who they are, they have a phone number. They have their hours of operation. They actually have their company NIF number, and they also have some emails. I spoke to a gentleman. Matter of fact, a good friend of mine called me and told me there's a gentleman here in the States that has been involved with Atlantic Global Asset Management for 5 years. And one of the questions people ask is, how much is Atlantic Global Asset Management worth? I got the answer. They're currently at about $8 billion liquid. This has nothing to do with their assets and holdings in terms of their real estate, because they are some major holders of real estate, especially in Dubai, right? So that's very comforting to know. This company is worth $8 billion at the present time. So here are 12 great reasons as to why you should want to be a part of Atlantic Global Asset Management. Number one, they are licensed and they are a registered investment firm that was established in Cabo Verde in 2008. Number two, QuestionWorld is a marketing arm of AGAM that was established in 2013 to market the services of Atlantic Global Asset Management. And I kind of got my answer from talking to this other gentleman, because my question was, what was it that convinced them to open up their doors to the world? Now, you guys know, in order to be a part of a hedge fund, that you have to have a certain net worth before you even can invest with a hedge fund. There's also a minimum of at least 100,000 euros to get started. And even with some of these hedge funds, you know that there's also 90, 180, or sometimes a year before you can withdraw your funds, right? So what Atlantic Global Asset Management has done, they have changed the whole entire game as it relates to finance at the highest level. So in 2013, they adopted this concept of recommending people who are looking for ways to make money. Now, to really keep this really simple, you guys, really works like this. Our main premise as being a part of QuestionWorld is simply this. We're offering people a better way to invest their hard-earned dollars. and change their life in record time. You know, back in when I was 24, 25 years of age, I had my securities license, had my 6 and my 63. And I was told that we need to consistently save every single month, pay yourself first, and it'll take 20 to 30 years before you're able to retire with some dignity. All those things are untrue when you have the right information and the right investment vehicle, especially if you understand the rule of 72. So now that I've been exposed to this, I'm like, man, I've been told and sold a lie. It does not take 20 or 30 years for you to retire with dignity. With dignity, it takes approximately 2 to 4 years, and you're done. Another great thing about Atlantic Global Asset Management is that they're insured by the Lloyd's of London, similar to FIDC insurance or FDIC insurance. $250,000. Here it's $61 million USD and 52 million euros. So that's very comforting to know that if in the event that the company goes insolvent, they have to go ahead and do a reset and replace your funds, right? Unlike the banks here, they did a reset, but they borrowed money from the American people and all people's investment accounts. They didn't have no Lloyd's of London. They were limited to their $250,000. So if any of you have anything more than $250,000 in any bank, I highly suggest you go back and open up other bank accounts and distribute your funds equally, okay? Another thing I like about Atlantic Global Asset Management is that you can exercise what I call P&P insurance, principal investment protection, meaning that if you had invested $100,000 and they happen to trade negatively, they go negative. Say for example they went negative 5%. The person that had decided to exercise this option would not lose their principal. It would stay at $100,000. The other person that did not exercise this situation or this insurance, they would deduct $5,000 from their principal, leaving them with only $95,000 as opposed to the $100,000. Okay, so you know the principal, the P&P is for when your money is being invested, and the Lloyd's of London is in the event that the entity goes insolvent for some particular reason. Now, this is really cool because some people are on the fence. It sounds too good to be true. Well, here's a way for you to take a look at the company from the inside out. Any person can register with Atlantic Global Asset Management and QuestraWorld without a financial obligation. There is no requirement. I always emphasize this. There is no requirement to recommend others. It is 100% optional for you to do so. Okay, so if you're on the call because someone told you there's a great way for you to invest, you can do that. Okay, but I tell you this is my own personal story. Matter of fact, I told my friend, I go, if you had my phone number in your phone and you came across something like this and you did not tell me this, I'm gonna have to hurt you. This is what people are looking for, right? So you know, don't make a judgment call based on what you think your friend may or may not want to listen to. Tell them anyway. And that's exactly what I did. And I want to share with you, because of that mindset that I have, I want to really help people because that wasn't my mindset originally. I made some tremendous strides in helping myself financially and others. So another cool part about Atlantic Global Asset Management that I love is that a person can get it started with as low as €90 or 115 USD, up to 5 million euro or $6 million without an investment limitation, meaning you can invest as often as you like, when you want, how much you want. Awesome. Now, AGAM. Now, how does AGAM make money? Okay, they prepare companies for IPO, initial public offering. They do factoring, refinancing of debt, and Forex trading services. I mean, more than what you know. It's not just Forex. It's commodities, futures, silver, gold, Bitcoin, and real estate. They do it all. You know, professional money managers, corporations do more than one thing. They exercise their right over the whole entire gamut of financial services, not just one. If you focus on one, you have a pretty good chance of losing all your money. But if you're well educated and well connected, and you know what's going on around the globe financially, you seem to always realize to benefit from what's going on. That's what Atlantic Global Asset Management is, people. It is actually a true hedge fund. These guys have expertise in managing funds all around the world, and people with deep, deep, deep pockets. Now, Atlantic Global Asset Management, from 2013 to present, we've been earning a modest 4.4% to 7.13% on a weekly basis. The cool part about Atlantic Global Asset Management that sets it apart from other hedge funds is that we are paid every single week. And tomorrow is no exception, because tomorrow is Friday and we get paid. And like clockwork, they send out an email telling you, hey, our team, our staff has returned to you X amount of money, or return on your money. Last week it was 5.02% for the week. So I really love what they're doing. They've proven themselves to be worthy of managing my money. They've been doing this since 2008 for almost 10 years, and they are not slowing down. Now, if you decide that if you want to become a partner or establish a career with Atlantic Global Asset Management, do you know they pay us anywhere between 5 to 15% for each investment package, to include new packages purchased by partners? Watch this. Anybody that decides or opts to build an organization, right, do you know you get paid off every investment package to infinity? There is no limitation. There is no limitation. If you don't believe me, log on your back office on the QuestionWorld side, look under Partner Program, scroll down, Affiliate Program. It explains to you precisely what this program is. And what I realized, I go, this company's really smart. They've pulled out all the stops. They've made sure that it is not the same as what you call traditional network marketing. Traditional network marketing is you have levels. When you get to a certain level, you have a cap. When you have a cap, that's it. That's lost income, right? And they may try to spruce it up with an infinity bonus, but still, that's lost revenue to you. With Atlantic Global Asset Management, every dollar counts, and every dollar goes towards you becoming that much more financially secure, right? Now, this is a cool part. Question partners are paid daily for referring others directly and indirectly from their organization in conjunction with your investments. This is mind-blowing. I'm going to show you some things. As a matter of fact, this is a point in time I'm going to show you some stuff here from my back office, because it's just really just a blessing for me and my family. So as you see here, now I've just been involved with Atlantic Global Asset Management. I just started on July the 9th. Let's scroll down. Let's corroborate my story, because I know documentation beats conversation. Let me just kind of scroll down here. And here, I started on July 9th of this year. Okay, so in July 9th, the way that I operate, when I focus on participating in anything that I truly see a benefit for myself and others, I give it 100% of my all. I make no excuses as to why I'm not going to share this with anybody, because quite honestly, this is the best thing I've seen in a long time that has longevity and has stability. So from July to present, right, the organization that I've built with my team and myself and I, we've generated over $702,000 of volume, right? Of volume. I'm currently at a level 6. As you can see, I'm roughly about 297,000 euros away from hitting level 7. Now, I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that people are looking for opportunity. People are looking for opportunity. And by far, I think Atlantic Global Asset Management, QuestionWorld, has it. They have exactly what it is the world is looking for. And again, I'm nobody special. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you my little story here real quick. I ran my company for 13 years, and I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars, building my own company. And because I believed in helping people. And, you know, I should have took care of myself first as opposed to taking care of the people, but I thought I could rise up with the people, and us all working together to a common goal. That didn't happen. So after 13 years, I shut my company down, and I was depressed for 2 years. Literally, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was a hermit. I didn't care. I didn't want to hear about no one's business opportunity. I totally just separated myself, and I would come home, and my wife would ask me, "What's wrong with you?" Nothing. I lost my baby. I actually was depressed, and I didn't feel like doing anything. It took a guy 2 months to convince me of this program. And when I finally looked at it, and he should have said these 2 words to me. All he had to do was say, hedge fund. That was it, right? But he started explaining some other stuff that really didn't get me excited, so I decided I would follow up with him later on. But now that I recognize what this is, you guys, I'm going to tell you what this is. It is a hedge fund. You can make so much money, it's not even funny. So here's proof that the company does what they say they're going to do. My accountants here is pending what you call a director's position. We'll talk about that later on, right? So I'm waiting to get my confirmation to be sent out to go to Dubai, Singapore, Madrid, Spain, or Turkey, right? This has all been done in about 13 weeks, barring the 3 weeks that they were not doing any business in the month of August 1st to the August 21st. So this is roughly around 13 weeks of effort and activity by myself and my team. So a blessing. It's an awesome program. Okay. Now, because I opted to build a career with Atlantic Global Asset Management, I'm a director. People who opt to do that are rewarded cash bonuses ranging from €1,000 up to 2.4 million euros in cash bonuses. And if you're thinking about this from a perspective of someone's paying you 5% a week, and you have the option to make $2.4 million, and you can invest that at 5%, that's like $100,000 a week, right? This is how big this thing is. Huge. So this is not something that you're going to be doing for a week, 6 months, and find the next thing that's going to pop up down the street. People say, look, I got another program. No, no, no. This thing is serious. I've been looking for this for 30 years. We've been looking for this for 30 years. And we now have an opportunity to change the course of our life and our family's lives forever. So now, here's some of the perks of being a director with Atlantic Global Asset Management. Once you hit level 8 and you've been involved with the company for 6 months, they're going to offer you a 10-year, 0% interest-free loan to purchase a home. No credit check is required. Your organizational structure, as I've shown you in my back office, is the guarantor. Atlantic Global Asset Management knows exactly what you make to the penny. Remember, they're experts at managing money, and this is no different. So once you hit level 8, you can qualify, of course, 6 months with being with the company. You then can exercise your right to purchase a property. And that's exactly what I plan to do when I hit level 8. Now, also what they do is they're going to give you, I think when you hit level 9, a $1 million luxury apartment in Dubai. Now, you have some choices here. Either you can keep the property, or you can lease it out when you're not there, or rent it out, or you can opt to reject it and suggest, hey, give me the $1 million. I don't want to go to Dubai. And they'll gladly put the $1 million in your account, and you then will then trade that at 5% per week. So that's another, beautiful thing there, right? With 5% of $1 million, that's like $50,000 a week. You'll be able to do that. Lastly, you'll be able to get a yacht valued at $1 million. And the same thing again, if you feel like you don't have worthy sea legs and that's not your cup of tea to be on anyone's ocean, by all means, reject the offer, give me the $1 million, and I'll do that. Also, I feel that this is not mentioned here, but you also can do the same to purchase a car as well, right? So if you want to buy a high-end car or any car, it has to be a late model car. They'll go ahead and pay for 75% of it using your organization as the guarantor. So after all this is done, these guys are really serious. If you haven't watched some of their videos, their organization, how they roll, very professional, right? So I'm really glad to be a part of a very organization that's professional, not some of the times, but all the time. Now, what they've done with their investment package program. This is now my 213th week. Well, I'm sorry, this is the 213th week. The 222nd week of paying out payments. They've been averaging anywhere between 207.6% to 336.3% return on your money. Now, the 207.6% is paid to a person who gets involved at the lowest level of 90 euro. It's awesome. I'm excited about that. I like that a whole lot. Now, here are the two individuals that are responsible for Eqstra, for Atlantic Global Asset Management. The CEO is Andrei Abakumov, and the president of the fund is Antonio Roballo. Like, how ironic. These guys put together something that no other financial institution has ever considered doing. But yet, these guys have opened up their doors to give us an opportunity to change our financial position. You know, I'm really excited about that. I really, truly am. And I can't wait to tell you the part towards the end about being an actual director, because some other benefits, too, that are really cool. Here's their investment license. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Atlantic Global Asset Management stated back in the beginning of 2017 that their plan was to acquire a bank. That bank was acquired. It was completed last month in September, and its main function and purpose is to participate in the fintech arena, meaning helping to support the new evolution and the new revolution of the new money for the millenniums, right? They'll be using this money. We're still in transition, so this is a great opportunity for us to capitalize positioning of money as we never have ever thought in our whole entire lives. This is a blessing. So they're actually they're really looking at beholding what digital currency is about. Additionally, too, if you go to our website, we have our team website, they're talking about putting back, customers first, providing you with courtesy service, treating you like a person, not treating you like a number, right? That is their purpose. And I when I watched that video, I said that's what it's about: catering and treating people like people, and not treating people like a number. So we're really excited. So the future is extremely going to be great for us here as members of Atlantic Global Asset Management. Now, here's their mission: is producing maximum investment income with minimal risk for a wide variety of their clients by utilizing an innovative approach and asset management in the global investment market. So, they're telling you that we are experts at what we do, where we are producing maximum investment income, and they're mitigating the risk. And they've proven they've done this week after week, month after month, year after year. No change. So, what people fail to realize, some people are in the network marketing arena mindset. Is this real? If a company's been around since 2008 and you couldn't get involved with them unless your net worth was a certain amount, a certain level, and the minimum investment was 100,000 euro to get started, and they did this before they even offered it to you, that's nice of them, right? That's like, wow, they really care about us. They surely do, and I'm glad they had that mindset. Now, here's their strategy. We mentioned to you that they've prepared companies for IPO. Now, as the last statement stated, maximum gain, minimal risk, they actually were responsible for launching Facebook and Google. They were there at the table and offered the initial public offering. That sounds like a great opportunity for us, right? Additionally, there was a failing airline in Cabo Verde that Atlantic Global Asset Management took over management, restructured, reorganized, and sold the company, also being a majority stakeholder in the company, for 500% over the value of what they purchased it for. So not only did they turn something around and made 500% profit, but they're still a majority stakeholder of that airline today. That's smart. So what else are they doing? They're buying highly liquid shares of the faster growing companies worldwide. That sounds like Facebook and Google to me. State and municipal bond funds, debt securities, and options contracts, and they continue to focus on further development in these different directions, in these areas, right? So one of the things when I first got started, I said, what is factoring? What's that? I don't know what it is. Well, let me read to you what it is. Factoring is a financial transaction and a type of debt or finance in which a business sells its accounts receivables, i.e. invoices, to a third party called a factor, I call a benefactor, at a discount rate. A business will sometimes factor its receivable assets to meet its present and immediate cash needs. Now, what does this mean? Cash needs. Well, let's talk about that. Sometimes a company needs to reorganize its debt so that it can get a better loan, to expand its services, to improve on product improvement, customer service, right? Probably pay off one of the CEOs or executive directors so that they can pay them off so that they can move on and find someone better, right? I mean, there's just a myriad of things they can do that a business needs to help reestablish itself so that it can become profitable. They've done this with 1,100 companies. 1,100 of them, and they've been 88% successful. Now, they're not perfect, but what they have proven is that they have a formula that works. And I'm telling you guys, it's working for me, it's working for others on my team, and we're gladly and truly excited about what they're offering to us and what the future holds as well. Now, this is something that I have to read this. I have to emphasize this point here because this is really, really, really important how the wealthy look at money as opposed to the rich or the poor. The poor, wish they had it. The rich brag about it. The wealthy say nothing. So, AGAM is trusted by clients of all types, from private investors, that's us, to corporate foundations, and sovereign wealth funds. That's a twist of language for you, right? You never heard that before, right? And it says, our primary aim is to understand how your property requirements serve the rest of your business and help you to achieve your goals. Isn't that different how they communicate? They currently are managing assets in over 35 countries. They have real estate in Dubai. They're paying us 200 to 300% return on our money like it's child's play. That tells you something. They cannot afford to mess up because it's not just us in Atlanta Global Asset Management. These are corporations. These are sovereign wealth funds owned by countries that heavily rely on the expertise of Atlanta Global Asset Management to produce their income, to support their infrastructure. This is a big deal, people. This is not a game. So these guys have been doing this for quite some time, and they're doing a great job at it, and I'm so glad they let me in. Now, here's another strategy. Do you know most people, when they invest their money, they put their money into a mutual fund, and that fund manages your money, and basically they provide to us dismal rates of returns, 10, 20, 30, maybe 45%. Those are dismal, right, compared to these guys. These guys have a strategy. They have 25 fund managers. Now, this is for people who are like saying, well, it sounds too good to be true. Have you ever heard of documentation beats conversation? And I stated that you can register for the company for free. You can click on managers, and what you're going to see is a pie chart just like this. Place your mouse over the number 1 or the 2 or the 3 or the 4, and it shows the first and the last name of that individual. And these guys have expertise in all areas of finance, and they continually do this week after week. Now, this was stated about 3 weeks ago. They currently manage about $400 million a week. These guys are good. These guys are good, and they do it consistently, right? This is a proven strategy because one guy may not do well this week, but the others help support him and make sure that we always maintain that 4.4 to 7.13% weekly return on our money, right? So collectively, it makes sense that everyone works together so that everyone achieves more, and I love that concept. I love it. Here's some payment options for you to fund your account or to withdraw or to withdraw funds from your account. Swift, OKPay, Advanced Cash, Perfect Money, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and they're adding others, right? They're dealing with the top 10. They understand where this is going. That's also another hint for you guys. If a hedge fund company is listing other cryptocurrencies as a method of how to deposit and withdraw funds, shouldn't you be in preparation on trying to purchase those types of other cryptocurrency coins? Absolutely. And of course, they have other payment options coming in the very near future. Now, let's get into the meat of the matter. Let's get into the investment package. Let's get into the money part, right? I like this. I really do, because they've made it so that it's a level playing field for the average person. If all you have is $115 USD or 90 euro, they're going to pay you 207.6% for 365 days. And yes, this comes at a cost. They're going to charge you 39% of the profit that they do, because they're doing the work for you, right? So it pays. I guess it pays to play, I guess, right? So they're actually charging you for that. Now, the whole entire ideal behind this whole entire strategy here with these investment packages is this. Once you've invested, say, 90 euro, and week after week after week, they show a profit. Once you have a total of 180 plus the 90, right, that means you have 3 packages of the same kind, sort of like poker. Well, what you can do is take these 3 packages and merge them from 3 whites to 1 yellow. Now, what happens when you do that? What happens is the management fee is reduced from 39% down to 36%. The rate of return is increased from 207.6% to 218.4%. Now, mind you guys, this is simple interest. What this means is that whatever you put in, they're paying you 100%, which is your principal, and the other, say for example, this 218, 100% is principal, the other 118.4% is profit. You're pulling that out every single week, okay? Again, this is simple interest, right? So I'm going to bring up the calculator and show you how that works. I think it's really important you understand how that works. But this shows what happens when you got 3 packages, 270. 270 times 3 is 810, right? So what happened there? You merged 3 yellow packages into 1 green. They're still going to pay you for 365 days, so your money is compounding for a full year. And if any of you are aware of what compound interest is, because that's what they allow us to do every week, you have an option to either withdraw all your money out, a portion thereof, or to reinvest and purchase new packages. This is what we call compounding, right? I'm going to show you what happens here, because this is where I kind of started. So when I got started, I started off with the 2430, 2,430 euros, right? And the management fee was 24% of the profit, and my rate of return was 259.2%. So let me go bring up my little back office here. Log in. Okay, so when I got started with Atlantic Global Asset Management, I started off with 2,430 euro. And because I understood what this company was about, and I love what they've done in terms of making sure people are all successful, it's just amazing. I want to talk more about that when I get to the other side of it here. But let's go down here. So from July 9th to present, I've actually increased my savings up to, I have $30,000 invested. So I use sweat equity. I worked a little bit hard there. But this is the cool part about this is that you're able to merge packages. Now, I won't do this now, but tomorrow's Friday, I will be going through the process of purchasing packages, merging packages. You'll see the whole entire thing, how it works, how to do it is really easy. But as you can see, in a very short period of about 13 weeks or 12 weeks, I've amassed a black package, a red package, a green package, and a white package, right? So this is all based on work on building the team. Now, the cool part about this, you guys, is this. Whatever goal that you have for yourself. Now, my goal personally was by the time January arose, that's 6 months from now, so July 9th, August, September, October, November, December, January, 6 months, I wanted to be at a level 6, right? I am now a level 6, and I made it 2 weeks ago, right? And you're focusing all of your effort, all of your goals are predicated on your own investment dollars. You can't, every week changes everything. So if your goal is to make $20,000 a month, $40,000 a month, you have to reassess every single week your goals. Why? Because look here, it shows that, now this is not even payday, but this is Thursday, I have over $3,200 or 3,254 Questra points, right? These points can be sent over to Atlantic Global Asset Management. Each point is converted to a euro. So each point equates to €1. Those euros can be invested, right? So you're looking at roughly around $4,000 or 4,000 euro that I have in play before we get paid tomorrow, right? Now, let me explain to you how this kind of works. This is really important. When I was a level 5, I needed about 75,000 euros in volume to go from level 5 to level 6, okay? That was on Thursday, like it is today, right? So 2 weeks ago, I was level 5. I was like, man, I need $75,000 volume. And in my mind, I said, man, that's going to take approximately 2 weeks for me to achieve that level. You guys, never underestimate the power of your team or the system that Atlantic Global Asset Management Questra has put together. Because on that on that Monday, I ended up going from a level 5 to a level 6, right? So I'm a level 6. Now, I've only been a level 6 for 1 week. Look here. It takes 1 million euro to become a level 7. I have raised over 202,000 euros in 1 week. So the possibilities of me achieving level 7 are literally around the corner, right? 2 months ahead of schedule in terms of me being a level 6, I'll be a level 8 or level 7, right? So I can say that in 2 more months, I probably need to raise another, $2 million, but it is very possible that can happen to you at a very short period of time. Now, I don't know what the rest of my team is doing. I only can go by what it is that I can see. And I know that this week I'll probably end up having another $200,000 week this week, pushing me much closer to the level 7. Again, my mindset when I first began this was that I only care about myself. It really was that, because I was just beat up like a lot of people were, lost tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this opportunity, that opportunity. Guess what? My whole life has changed because of Atlantic Global Asset Management. And, anyone can be successful with their program. So I'm just showing you here that it has happened. It happened to me. It can happen to you. It can happen for everyone. Now that we all understand what this is about, it's about you becoming financially wealthy, and you can do it. If wealthy is not your game, then guess what? You become rich if you want to be rich, but I'd rather wealthy, honestly. Right? There's other packages. The goal for a lot of people is to get to the black package. My goal now is to get to a black package. Now my goal is to get to this VIP package, this 100,000 euro. That's my goal. And believe it or not, I'm going to be able to attain that before the end of this year, right? I'm going to be able to have my black package before the end of this year, right? And that's just icing on the cake, and it just goes up from there. So as you can see, here's a $5 million package. And look, do note this, the commission rate or the management fee, the more money you have invested, the management fee is reduced, so that's more money going into your pocket. And look at the rate of return, 336.3%. That's awesome. Now, this is another thing I have to say. What people fail to realize is that the first 7 months, your money's just starting to work. The last 5 months, your money explodes. Your money explodes, right? And I don't take any money out of my Atlanta Global Asset Management account, and I don't plan on doing so until sometime next year, because I know how compounding works. And I know that's my own personal strategy. Yours may be different. You may have made some sacrifices so that you can get to this point, and you may need to pull money out to take care of what you got to take care of, and that's okay. But my whole entire stance on understanding numbers, I don't mess with principle. I don't mess with compounding. I know that if I don't touch it, my money grows 10 times, 100 times, 1,000-fold. I get that. So that's the cool thing about Atlanta Global Asset Management. Your funds compound for 1 full year, and that's awesome. So this part here that I've explained actually completes the actual investment side of the house. Again, I will reemphasize this again. That was the investment side. If all you want to do is invest your money with Atlanta Global Asset Management, you can do that. It is not a requirement for you to share with others. But if you do, you will be handsomely rewarded. Okay? So what I'm going to do at this juncture here, I'm going to open the call up. I'm going to ask, are there any questions as relates to the information? Now, I'm only going to take 1 or 2 questions because we're still in the middle of a presentation, but at least I want to address at least 2 while I can here. So let me change this to Q. Okay, if anyone has any questions, hit *6. Perfect. I love it. I'm going to go to end the call. We're going to go to the next part. And so that's great. See, that's how I like to do my presentations. If I do a good job, I think there should be hardly any questions except 1 or 2, and you can get back to the person that invited you, right? So now I'm going to talk about the benefits of wanting to build a career with Atlanta Global Asset Management. And I kind of talked about it earlier on some of the perks that they give to us, from $1,000 to $2.4 million in cash or euro bonuses, the home, the luxury apartment, the yacht, right? Those are great perks, right? Now, let's go back and let's talk a little bit more about this now. QuestionWorld is the corporate offices are located in Madrid, Spain, right? Atlanta Global Asset Management is in Cabo Verde, right? Again, if you want to call the company and check it out, you can do that. Here's the address. Not 1 number, not 2, not 3, but 4 phone numbers, okay? Email addresses. Also, I'll note this real quick, too. I had a gentleman I brought into the program, and he actually owns his own company in Switzerland. And when he came to the website, he goes, Sean, I don't know if you know this, but let me kind of share this with you. If you go to our website and you look in the upper left-hand corner, see where it says secure? And then it says HTTPS. This secure actually means enhanced HTTPS, not just traditional HTTPS. He goes, Sean, when you actually get this this security placed on your website, sign off is based on the C-level, meaning that someone has to be a CEO, chief financial officer, chief information officer. Someone at the C-level must sign off on this certificate. They do a complete investigation on where you live, your phone number. Everything has to be verified. They'll even send out somebody to your house, make sure everything exists. So for those people that are like, well, this sounds too good to be true, look at this. Look at the enhanced SSL. When you see that, they've been very well vetted. Okay. So once I knew that, he says that's why I got started, and I bought me 2 black packages right away because I just went through that process. Okay. So that's another tidbit of information for you there. Here's the CEO of QuestionWorld, Jose Manuel Gilabert. I recommend that when you do join the company, you know, when you're excited, you're going through the application process, you see the agreement, you check it, I agree, and then you know, put it away. Please take the time to go back and review your contract. It's pretty good. Some really good reading. Very, you know, some legalese there, but I think it's to your advantage to understand what they're trying to do for us and how it's laid out. So please go back and review that. Now, here are the levels. Now, again, it's pretty cool because when you first begin, everyone that joins starts off as a newcomer. You're at the 5% level. By simply sharing or building an organization, you generate volume. Again, these are for people who are looking at a way of building a career with Atlanta Global Asset Management. And even that, too, is also optional at a certain level, which we'll talk about later part in this presentation. Here, you can go to 9%, a silver agent, gold agent, platinum agent, to a bronze director. This is where you get to the upper level. This is where they'll actually send you a letter. When you get that letter, you have an option to go to those 4 locations: Singapore, Dubai, Madrid, Spain, or Turkey. It is optional. If you do not want to become a director, you're happy where you are, you don't have to go. The only thing is that you won't get the bonus, okay? So that this is about. So my focus here with Atlanta Global Asset Management is to get as fast as is to get to the top as fast as possible, right? So I really want to, you know, spend my life here because I'm excited about the year 2021, and I'm going to tell you why. This is going to kind of blow you guys away to see how I look at things a little bit differently than most people. Maybe you look at it the same way I look at it. I don't know. Come on. It seems like moving forward. Here we go. So the career ladder promotion is primarily based on accumulated investment funds, meaning group volume. This is what has changed or will change the way people do network marketing. Network marketing is predicated on you bringing somebody in. Someone from the bottom can circumvent you. They make all the money. You're like, wow, I brought you in. You're frustrated. You're like, I'm making this money. Well, here in Atlanta Global Asset Management, in Equestria World, it does not work that way. Anybody that's in your organization that drops any amount of money promotes everybody in that lineage all the way up. Say someone's on your 1,000th level, they drop $1 million. Guess what happens? Everybody in that lineage gets promoted. It's like a domino effect from the bottom up. Okay, so how do you get promoted, right? So a newcomer, when you have 3,000 euros of new investment income to the group, right? This includes your money too as well, right? You get promoted to a bronze agent. When you add an additional 22,000 more euros, you go to a silver agent, and they pay you 1,000 QP points. I say QP points because we're on the Equestria side. In order for this to convert to 1,000 euros, you have to send those 1,000 Equestria points over to Atlanta Global Asset Management. Upon doing so, those dollars can be used as euros and invested the same way that you invest your money that you actually sent to them, okay? To go from a silver agent to a gold agent, it requires an additional 25,000 euros. So this is kind of cool, right? It's accumulated. It's not like you have to start over from scratch. Their plan is set up and designed to ensure that you get promoted, to ensure you get rich or get wealthy. There's no failure points. There's no points of failure where a person cannot make it, right? And that's what I love most about these guys. These guys are very crafty, and they're detail oriented, and they're meticulous to how they set this program up. How do I know? I designed my own accounting program, and I'm like, man, if I had the opportunity to do this, but I didn't, but, you know, that makes it so much easier. Now, also, to get from to a bronze level, you got to have 500,000 euros, right, to go from a platinum agent to a bronze agent, right? Every point is a 1-to-1 point to euro ratio, right, converts. Now, once you've achieved the level 6 as a bronze director, you will be flown out to one of our 4 corporate locations. I mentioned that to you before. I'll say it again. Dubai, Spain, Turkey, or Singapore. Or maybe there's new offices that they may have in another location that you may go to, right? It's up to them, right? And your main purpose is to go from bronze to silver to gold. Now pay attention here. Look at the bonuses you're getting: 20,000 euro, 50,000 euro, 150,000 euro, right? I think for me personally, I'll probably be the first, I guess the next week or the first week of November on Friday, I'll be at the Silver Director. So when I do get my call, I got the letter, I got the confirmation, waiting for them to send me the letter. When I go there, I'm going to receive the 20,000 euro and the 50,000 euro bonus, right? Now, if I happen to make it to a Gold Director by the time I get there, when I sign off as a director, I'll receive the 150, the 50, and the 20. Okay? Think about that, you guys. That's 220,000 euros that you can invest at 5%. You're already making 10,000 a week off your own money. Not to mention what you already put in there. Not to mention the volume off your organization, right? And that's basically how it works. It just continues. You're going to move up eventually to the very top of this thing. Regardless, once you build the infrastructure, you put it in place. Now, this is kind of how it works. Here's a pictograph showing that, hey, here you are, you're at 10.5%, okay? And you have someone that's at 9%. You're going to receive the difference of where they are and where you are. That's 1.5%. Here's another person who's a newcomer. He's at 5%, and you're at 10.5%. You're going to make the 5.5%, okay? Here's another person at level 2. They're at 7%. You're at 10.5%. You're going to make the difference between you two at 2.5%. And here's another example of someone at the 9%. You're at 10.5%, and you make the difference again. Now, if you both are at the same level, here's an example. Let's say that I bring in Selena, and Selena is a level 6, and I'm a level 6, and she brings someone who drops, 100,000 euros, right? She's going to receive the bonus for that, the commission for that, right? What I will receive now, I may not get any of that because there's no disparity between us. There's no disparity between us at all, but I will get the volume, right? Volume is good. Volume is going to pay me those bonuses that I can, say, hey, I can invest this money and create my own bonuses, right? So, don't get mad at the program. The program is designed. It's almost like an automatic compression process, right? Some companies say if you're not qualified to do automatic compression, this is kind of what they're doing. If you're at the same level as the person that brought you in, you'll get the commission. They won't. Because it's almost a sign as if a person's not doing any work. They're lax. They're kind of like laying on their laurels. Like, okay, I'm good. I'm at 7%. But guess what happens? You become 7%. And if they're the same level as you, should you get paid? No, that means you're not really building the business. So it's kind of built in. It kind of works out to how the company wants it to work out. Very well thought out plan. Ingenious again. Now, as you progress and move up the career ladder of Questor, you are paid additional cash bonuses, as I stated earlier. But for several days, top managers of Questor World are testing directors and are preparing development plans for them to get more bonuses. I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg. I think the bigger this thing gets, there'll be more bonuses. As a matter of fact, they added 2 more levels. It was from, they had 11 levels. They now have 2 more, so it's 13 levels. They added 2 more bonuses levels. So I think the bigger it gets, they'll keep adding more bonuses, more promotions, and we'll just keep moving up the ladder. For those of us that are in this program that build a decent infrastructure, you're going to eventually get there. It's not a question of if, it's just a matter of when. Now, here's another thing to prove that Atlanta Global Asset Management is not a so-called fly-by-night organization. Do you know when you go out there, you actually take a lie detector test to see to check your integrity, to make sure that you're the type of person that they would like to help them be a part of the organization. I'm going to talk more about that here in the next part of here. And here we are. What we're looking at here is Atlanta Global Asset Management's 5-year business plan. They're not scheduled to get to the United States until the year 2021. And I'm really excited about that. You know why? Because here we go. I'm going to bring up the calculator again because all this means is that, I have I have 30,000 euros invested at this present time. I'm going to go to the calculator over here. I'm going to go ahead and type in 30,000 euros. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and change this to 208 weeks because I'm not going to touch my account. I got a plan for everything. I'm going to go ahead and hit calculate. Why do I want to calculate? Because I want to see what's going to happen to my $30,000. Now, mind you, this is based on today. I will be adding more money to my account every week, right, as we go by. So you got to take in consideration that this number I'm going to share with you, this 30,000 euros invested over a period of 4 years, the 312% that I'm paid is actually compounded over a 4-year time frame. You're making over 222,000% compounded. That's Rule 72. My 30,000 euros will be worth 66,775,000 euros. My weekly income will be, let's go down here, this is pretty cool. And the reason why I use this calculator here, you guys, calculator 2 on our website, because it shows packages being purchased, and the red indicate packages being retired, right? It shows the 1 year, you buy it, they're good. After 1 year, they drop off. So this is a really good assessment. This is based on a 4.5%. So here, on my 209th week, I'm earning 1.9 million euros a week. A week. See, my whole entire plan is that I put my spouse in, and our plan is to live off hers and leave mine alone. Eat off hers, leave mine alone. So that this here will happen regardless, right? So again, this is all predicated on the 30,000 euros. I promise you, I'm going to be putting 5,000 to 10,000 per week, and all this does is help me to reach my goal faster, so that it won't take me 208 weeks to get to this point. I have to reassess this every week to see where my goal is going to be, right? And I would say, $1.7 million a week is not a bad income. Wouldn't you agree? I don't know where I'm going to need to use. I don't know where I'm going to spend $700,000 or $500,000 a week on stuff, right? Put the other $1 million back and let it compound again. So that's what, to me, that's my plan. It's working quite well. Now, here's another cool part about this. That's in year 2021. Each person should be a hedge fund. You'll be a hedge fund director. Atlanta Global Asset Management, or QuestaWorld, has over 1,042 offices, and they're expanding it. So the reason why I want to be a director, because when they get here, I'm darn sure going to be a multimillionaire, number one. Number two, I'm going to have my corporate headquarters. Now, if you know this, though, once you have your corporate headquarters and you are selected to open up your Questra office, do you know that each office comes with an actual attorney? Right? What is our mission, you guys? I stated it in the very first part of this call, is to teach people to stop being used by this existing financial system, only paying them 1% to 2% return on their money per year. What a breath of fresh air that we can provide to people and offer them 200 to 300% return on their money, and we're doing it because we care. You see, when you get your bank, and for me personally, if they, the fact that I'm going to be wealthy, if I own a home, I need my insurance, right? I'm going to make sure Atlanta Global Asset Management gets my business. If I have automobile insurance, I'm going to make sure Atlanta Global Asset Management gets my business, right? Any type of insurance I need to do anything, I'm going to make sure that they get my business. Because you know why? They've changed my life. They deserve my business. And I think if everyone develops the same type of mindset to support the entity that made you wealthy, the company will be that much more stronger, and we can revitalize people's lives much quicker, new products, new services. We can do the whole entire nine, right? And that's what I love about Atlanta Global Asset Management, because they've changed my life. In the last from July to present, since I've joined, I'm earning anywhere between $30,000 to $40,000. I'm sorry, around $20,000 to $30,000 a month with Atlantic Global Asset Management. That is not used as an enticement. That is the truth. That's what they're paying me to be a part of this thing, and I built this thing part-time. I built my whole entire organization part-time, right? So I know if I'm doing this part-time in 13 weeks, tomorrow being 13 weeks, anybody can do this and become wealthy and can change their life. So this will conclude the presentation because Questra World, they are building your future and mine. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up for Q&A. If you have any questions, please hit *6. If you don't have any questions at all, I'll go ahead and wait because it takes people a few minutes or two to ask a question. No, any question answered is a good question. It's not a dumb question, even though I may have stated it before, but that's okay. I just distributed, or I can't find the right word right now. I just gave you guys a lot of information, right? And so here's a question here. Thank you so much. Okay, Micah, I'm going to go ahead and open this call up for you. All right, go ahead and ask your question, Micah. Thank you for asking.
Is it one contract for the affiliate part, or is it just one contract for both?
Yeah, Atlantic Global Asset Management has its own contract, and Questra World, the marketing arm, has its own contract. So my recommendation is to read both, okay? Read both.
Okay, and we can change our mind anytime if we want to do the affiliate marketing part?
It sure is. It's completely 100% optional.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Micah. Thank you so much. We have another question here. Hey, John, go ahead and ask your question, sir, please.
Can you hear me?
I sure can. We can hear you.
This is John. I just wanted to know, after the 12 months, after the program is completed in 12 months, you can restart up again, can't you? As far as the investment is concerned?
Yeah, absolutely. What happens is that when you invest your money with Atlantic Global Asset Management, they're paying you, like I said, 200%. So 100% is your initial principal, and the other 107% is your profit. And after 1 year, right, they keep that, but they paid you back in principal and interest every week for the full year. And yes, you have the option every time you buy another package, it's another contract for 1 year. Right. So the whole the name of the game here is this: get started with an amount that will allow the rates of return weekly to purchase a new package for you. That's how it works, right? You know, you wanted to buy another package, right? So for me personally, I'm buying. I think I'm buying like 2 greens or a blue every week now, and that's awesome, right? So you know, again, it's really designed for each person. Whatever you put into is what you're going to get out of it.
Great. Thanks a lot for answering. Great presentation, by the way.
I thank you, John. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Are there any more questions I may address? Is everyone any more? Well, thank you all so much for your time. Hopefully I finished in a decent time, which I did. 1 hour exactly. So I do thank you so much for your time. Please get back to the person that invited you. And if you have any questions, get signed up. And again, there's one more question here. Hold on 1 second. I was about to let everyone go. Oops, hold on 1 second. Oops. Hit *6 again. I accidentally closed you out. Selena, do you have any questions? Anything you want to add, Selena, at all before I let the call go? All right. There's a person that hit *6 and I missed you. I apologize. I hit the wrong button. Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay. Yes, 4070.
Hi, this is Donna.
Hey, Donna. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Excellent. This has been a great presentation. I have a couple of questions for you. Sure. Where do you find calculator number 2 that adds and subtracts the packages?
If you go to the website, I have a team website for everyone to use. It's Q as in Questra, M is in millionaire. Team, together each achieves more. Dot, W is in water. E is in Eric. E is in Eric. B is in boy. L is in Larry. Y is in yo-yo. .com.
Okay, great. And it'll be on there. So the other questions I have are, you mentioned that when you become a director, and I'm assuming that's like the bronze director, even the beginning phases of directorship, that you have to go to these events, or when you're asked to go, you go, and if you don't, you cannot receive your bonus. Is the bonus lost? You know, is that meaning that if you won't sign the document and you won't go to the event, then you are considered not participating with the company? Or does that sit there and wait for a time when you may be able to go?
Great question, Donna. And you know what? The bonuses are there indefinitely until you decide that you want to become a director. So if you choose not to want to fly out there because it's not a good time at this point in time in your life, then you just don't go. Say, I wish to decline that. However, the money stays there. You've earned it. And once you're ready to go there, fly there, they will release the bonuses to you.
Okay, and then you also said that you take tests and a lie detector test, and I'm curious about that. Is that at the bronze director level, and do you have to be retested every time you go for a director?
Absolutely. Yes, you do.
Okay. All righty.
All righty.
Well,
thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the question. Bye-bye. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions I can answer? All right. Going once, going twice. Again, thank you all for your time and your participation. Again, I'm sorry I have to dispel. I have to give out all the information because I want you to make an informed decision. Oh, here's another question here from Selena. Hey, Selena.
Hi, Sean. I just wanted to say you couldn't hear me or couldn't see me or something like that.
Oh,
and I just wanted to say excellent, excellent, excellent presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I aim to please. I really do. I want everybody to get this. I want people to understand this is not a game. I want people to know that, you know, this is head and shoulders above anything that we've ever done in our life because we're at the top. We're at the very top, and it's about time. And I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to bring this to you this evening. So thank you so much, Selena. I appreciate your support in all of this, and thank you. Okay. Well, I don't want to take any more of your time. Please get back to the person that invited you. Tomorrow we will be doing another call, but we will be doing some training where I'll be buying some packages. I'll be merging packages. I may be able to show you how to send money from Coinbase to Questra. To Atlantic Global Asset Management. And I do this at the very beginning because it takes anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes, or sometimes 20 minutes for that transaction to complete. I'll show you how to do it. And then at the end, when we get towards the training, we'll see that those funds are actually sent over and they will appear in my accounts, okay? So, again, thank you all so much for your time. You have a wonderful evening and good night.